Can't burn. I'm going to preach in a few minutes. He was their navigational genius. Could it be that your dreams have failed in years past? Because you are moving towards your future, your goals, your objectives, your dreams, your hopes, your expectations, but you don't have the right navigational resource. Now, you can call me old-fashioned, but I know who's on board my boat. And I know that I don't have enough sense to navigate my own journey. And the problem with many of us is we think we are so smart. We think that we are so academically keen and so intellectually sharp that we don't need God to navigate us. You got it going on. You got a bachelor's degree. You got a master's degree. And you got a PhD degree. And you've got a career. And you've got a profession. Well, so what? You need more than those things in order to reach your goal. How many times has somebody tried to tell you what the Bible says? Lean not unto your own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him. Here it is, and he will direct your path. You need a navigational genius. You need somebody who knows the journey, who knows the terrain. You need somebody on board your ship who can help guide you through whatever obstacles and stumbling blocks there are. And somebody said that Jesus is a mighty good leader. He can lead you from darkness into light. He can lead you over high mountains. He can lead you through dark valleys. Somebody is here this morning with a testimony. 25 days into the new year, that I'm a living witness that he is my chief navigational resource. The God I serve is a navigational genius. He knows stuff that I don't know. Kevin and I were talking. I said, Kevin, what are they predicting today in terms of snowfall? He said, well, they say from 2 to 4 last night. Before I went to bed, they said between 3 and 5. The truth of the matter is we don't know. All we know is it's starting to do something out there. But I know somebody who controls the weather. And because he controls the weather, he also controls my ship and he controls my destiny. So when the snow falls and the rain freezes, God still helps me get to my destination. We may slip and slide. Your car may cross a line, but I'm telling you, if he's riding with you, you'll make it home all right. Come here, Abraham. Abraham said, I heard his voice one day in Ur of the Chaldees. And I was an old man, and he told me, get thee up out of thy country and away from thy kindred into a land that I will show thee. I will bless them that bless you, and I will curse them that curse you. Abraham says, I trusted him to be my navigational genius, and I set out looking for a city whose builder and maker is God. Come here, Saul. You persecuted the church, but one day on a road leading to Damascus, when you had incriminating letters against the Christians of that community, Jesus, the resurrected Christ, knocked you down from your beast into the dust of the Damascus road. You were blind, and he already had a place appointed for you on Straight Street, in the house of a man named Judas. And there in that house was another man named Ananias who really didn't want to have anything to do with you. But I told Ananias that my hand was on you, that you were my chosen vessel. I want to shout that you were the one chosen to bring my word before the Gentiles, their kings, and the people of God. Don't you realize that when God gives you a destiny and a future, that means that you are a chosen vessel? That God has his hand on you, and if God has his hand on you, God has his hand on your circumstance, and God has his hand on your situation. I am going to make it to the other side because he is my navigational genius. What else does the text say? The text says that not only was Jesus on board, but even Jesus was surrounded by 12 men. In other words, to reach my goal, to reach my objective, to make my dreams and my hopes come true, I must also have human support. Don't run around here with this holier than thou attitude. I don't need anybody. Everybody needs somebody. John Donne said, no man is an island. No woman is an island. We are not alone. We don't stand entire of ourselves. Everybody needs somebody. But the question becomes, who? It's possible for Jesus to be on board your ship as your navigational genius, but you keep messing up because you got the wrong people around you. I need Anita Walker human support, but the support I need are people who are traveling in the same direction I'm going. If you ain't going in my direction, I don't need you. Now, this is a hard word, but I don't care whether it's family. I don't care whether it's friends. I don't care whether it's employment people. If somebody is in your life who does not have your values, your convictions, your dreams, your hopes, and your expectations, they don't need to be in your life, because they are hindrances. I need folk around me who are traveling in the same direction. Now, just because you are traveling in my direction does not mean you're perfect. Because I ain't perfect, and neither are you. Jesus surrounded himself with a motley crew. There was Peter with his impetuousness, James and John with their egotism, Philip with his inquisitive nature, Thomas with his doubts. There was Judas with his betraying spirit, and all of the other disciples had their issues too. But what drew them together in one tightly knit group was the fact that they shared Jesus's vision. And the vision was the salvation of the human soul. They had ideas about how to do it, but they were all on one accord, and they were able to travel in the same direction because they all had the same values. And the problem with many of us 25 days into the new year, and it goes back to 2014, it goes back to 2013, it goes back to 2012, we keep hanging around the people who ain't going nowhere. Now, I'm sorry if it offends you that I've got to diss you because you ain't going nowhere. I mean, if you don't have any dreams, you don't have any hopes, you don't have any expectations, if every time I come around you, all I get is negativity, all I hear is what you can't do, and you got to go through this and go through that. I need somebody around me who's going to be positive, who's going to be constructive, and who's going to have enough faith in God to say with me, all things are possible if you only believe. Y'all don't want to help me, but I'm going to preach anyhow. A whole lot of y'all haven't been anywhere in the last few years, and you will not reach the other side because you got the wrong folk on your boat.